I Oops, sorry, there was a bird that distracted me. I just got a new racket, but today we're gonna be making our own birdies so that if you have like a tennis racket or something, but you want to play badminton, you can just make your own birdie and play it. Because I've always thought that birdies were like the hardest thing to find. Nowhere sells them. It's really weird.
Nevaeh, you look like you're getting super comfortable. You're like me. Like, I like to be on the couch with like my pillows and my blankets. Okay.
While we're kind of waiting on girls to trickle in, we've got like probably 3 more minutes until it's time to actually start. Are you all going to be following along today with me while we're in the Zoom, or do you want me? I have instructions for it that I can give out to you all so that you can do it later. Or are you going to be doing it with us right now?
Later.
Later? Okay. I'll make sure that those instructions are given out to you all then.
Okay.
Sade, are you following along? I don't know if I saw you shake your head or not.
I'm gonna do it later after you give me the instruction.
Okay. All right. Okay. Cool. Then when I go through this, I'll just show you all how to do it and walk you through it super careful so you can remember. And these are recorded too, so you guys can watch them later. But if you do it, you have to show me how it turned out because I've never made these birdies before, and I'm really excited to see how they hit. Because if these work well, I may never buy another birdie again. I may just make them. All right, girls, give me just 1 second. I have to run and get a pair of scissors that will actually cut, and then I will be right back and we can go ahead and get started. Okay, let me take this off. Okay, all right, cool. So, as you all probably have guessed or already know, I know both of you like already know, but my favorite sport in the whole world is badminton. I love playing it. I play it with my mom all the time. I don't play it competitively, but it's like a hobby of mine that I really enjoy, despite not being incredibly athletic. So today we're actually going to be making our own little birdies. And what sets a birdie apart from like a tennis ball or anything is that it's actually lighter, it's easier to pick up, and it's more aerodynamic. So it moves through the air faster. And basically there are two important parts to a birdie. There is the tip right here, which is usually like red or another bright color. And the tip is actually weighted so that the birdie will go back down. And then there's the tail of the birdie. Some people call it the wing, but I always call it the tail. That kind of flares out, and that helps it move through the air without falling down. So what you're gonna need if you're gonna make a birdie with me today, I know both of you said that you're gonna be doing it later on, but all you're gonna need is a bag of corn or beans. It just needs to be something weighted, but I'm using a bag of corn. Then you're gonna need some scissors because you're gonna have to cut some stuff. You're gonna need paper of your choosing. You can use white paper, but I'm using bright pink paper. You're gonna need tape because this is how we're gonna protect the tip of the birdie so that when you whack it with the racket, it doesn't fall apart. And then you're gonna need some string, which I can't lift up because I'm actually propping my phone up on yarn. But you're gonna need some yarn too. Summer and Nevaeh, you good? Someone got up.
Summer went up to go grab something, so let's give him a minute.
Okay, all right, we'll wait a minute. But the scissors I grabbed before were craft scissors, and fun fact about craft scissors, they don't cut tape, so I had to go get new scissors. But Summer and Nevaeh, you all good to go?
We're good. Yep.
Okay, awesome. All right, so I'm gonna flip my phone camera around so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Give me 1 second. Okay, all right, there's the yarn that you're gonna need. But I'm just gonna take my paper and I'm gonna pour some corn into the center of it. I'm gonna have to flip my camera back around because I'm gonna need both hands to do it, but I will show you once that's done. So, okay. And again, you can use beans. The only thing I think you can't use is rice because rice actually doesn't weigh enough to weigh down the birdie. But I'm just taking one handful and kind of popping it down in the center. and trying to keep it kind of contained in the center. It's going to be a little bit difficult to do because it's corn or beans and it wants to spread out, but it should just be in the center like that. And then I'm going to pick it up and twist it. So that I'm going to show you like this, because that's going to be the easiest way for you all to see what I'm doing. Okay, so have this. I'm basically just going to take it each corner and pinch it up. So these two are pinched up and you can see my corn in the middle kind of almost about to spill out. And then you take the other two corners and bring those up. And then basically you're gonna crumple it. So once those are already kind of folded up, you're just gonna crumple it up and twist it. And it's probably gonna take me a second because this corn is gonna wanna go everywhere, so stick with me. Okay, so right now it looks more kind of like a comet than a birdie, but what we're gonna do is the string that I mentioned before, you're gonna wanna cut a length of that off and tie it around here so that it doesn't all come falling out. So I'm gonna have to kind of like move my phone for a second because I'm gonna have to cut this length of string off. Okay, great. All right. So I have my string, I have my birdie, and you're just gonna tie it as tight as you can so that none of that comes undone or spills out. So just like that, it kind of looks like I just made a little pouch of corn, which is basically what I did. But to make it more of a birdie, because if I were to take this and hit this right now, that corn would come flying out of there. So to make it less like a sack of corn and more protected like a birdie, this is where the tape comes in. So I'm not even going to cut the tape. I'm actually just going to take it and start wrapping it around the birdie. And hopefully you guys will be able to see this while I do it if I hold it up. Oh, well, I also used the last of the tape, but that's okay. I lied. It's not okay. Stuff like that happens, but we're here. We're going to work with it. So I'm going to unravel my tape and actually tape it onto the end of the birdie by hand since I don't have as much tape as I thought I did.
Does it matter what type of tape that you use, or can it be Scotch tape? Does that work or no?
Scotch tape will work. I'm going to say that if you're using thin tape like Scotch tape, you're going to have to put a lot on it. So you're going to have to layer it.
What about duct tape?
Duct tape, you probably only are going to need one layer. Because remember, the end of the birdie is made of harder plastic than the rest of the birdie so that you don't break it when you hit it with your racket.
Okay.
So that's what we're trying to do with the tape. Keep protected. I don't know where that tape went, but it went on a journey. It flew off. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to kind of have you all draw some comparisons between what is our makeshift birdie and an actual badminton birdie. What is different? I can think of one thing that's really different, but
One looks more like netting and the other one doesn't.
right. This is more netted, which I would hypothesize, which is just a guess that you like what you think is going to happen. I would guess that this is probably going to go through the air better than this. I know you guys can't feel it because you're not holding it, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say I put way too much corn in this, and it's probably going to be too heavy for me to hit very far, while this is a lot lighter. So play around with how much corn you put in your birdie, especially if you don't have a heavy hand. If you're not a hard hitter, you may want a lighter birdie. But yeah, so now what's going to happen is I'm not going to be able to hear you and I'm going to have to yell, but I'm going to turn and tilt away so that you guys can actually see me using the birdie with the racket. So give me just a second to kind of tilt so that I can actually do that. Sade, what are you up to, girl? Making something?
I'm chilling.
Yeah? All right. You're gonna have to stick with me. If I drop you, I drop y'all. Sorry. Well, I try to figure out how to get this to where it's gonna sit up properly. Oh. Okay. You know what? The corn bag might be a good idea. Hopefully that stays up. I don't know if it will. We'll see. You can that's okay. I'll stand right here. Okay. All right. So do you all remember when we did the Women in Sports Day and we all went to the gym and I taught some of you all how to play badminton? Kind of, sort of. Maybe you remember a little bit.
We're getting this weird noise from you, Miss Maddie, I think. Like wind or something.
Hello? Oh no, okay. I think I'm just literally gonna have to yell. Can you hear me? Am I good?
Yeah, you're good now.
All right, great. So I'm literally just gonna have to scream. Okay. Cool. All right. So when we did the Women in Sports Day, I know that I taught some of you all kind of how to play badminton. We didn't have people for a team, but I taught you how to serve, and we're gonna do that again. So does anybody remember anything that I told them that day about serving, or do you already know anything about serving a badminton, birdie? Or can you guess what I'm about to teach you how to do, what the first step is? That's good. So you can serve a birdie by tossing it in the air. You're probably not going to be able to see me. I'm going to try my best. So you can serve a birdie by throwing it up. It doesn't work very well though, especially if you haven't played badminton in a while. You're probably going to struggle a little bit. So I can hit it, but if you're just starting badminton, I wouldn't recommend tossing it up and hitting it. But that is a way to serve. That's the way most people serve when they're doing professional matches.
Sade, do you have an idea of what the other way to serve badminton is? Or the birdie, I guess?
I don't remember.
That's okay. So 2 ways that I taught birdie over it again is you can hold it and hit it, and this is gonna you do not hold it like this. You actually hold it down this, but if I do it like this, I'm going to hit the door. So I'm going to have to hold it up and serve it. But you can hold it in your hand and then hit it. So just like this. I gotta go get it.
No, I can hear Miss Maddie yelling from here.
Talking really loud, and I guarantee you they're going to be like, why were you yelling? And it's like, I need to be heard. Okay.
I'm all the way in the science room, and I can hear Miss Maddie.
Back at the Rolling Heights campus right now, she can hear me all the way in the building. So I'm talking very loud. All right. So the second way to serve a birdie, and this is my personal favorite, is you can lay it on your net or on your racket, and you can actually kind of like bump it up and then smack it. I'm not incredibly good at it, but this is how my mom serves her birdies. So I'm going to show you how to do this. It's just kind of like that. So it's just bumping it up and then hitting it right after. That's probably the best way to serve a birdie if you're trying to hit it far, because it goes flying. I don't know if you all can hear the siren going off in the background, but I can.
Oh, we can hear it. So, okay, Miss Maddie, I have a question.
I have an answer. Sorry, I was getting the birdie. What's up?
Okay, so when you were showing like how to hit it, you were showing the racket hitting against the tail. Is that how you're supposed to hit it?
You can hit it either way. They typically recommend that you hit this end of it because it's harder. But as long as you don't care about the tail of your birdie getting a little bit bent, you can hit it by the tail. It's easier to hit it by the tail and it's easier to control. So if you're starting out playing badminton, that's what I'd recommend doing. But if you have a birdie that you don't want to get bent up, hit it by this. Speaking of birdies, we have our makeshift birdie that I have a feeling isn't going to fly very well because I put too much corn in it. But with this, you would definitely have to hit it here because if you hit it on this side, you're not really going to hit a whole lot. So I've already wagered my guess. I don't think this birdie is going to go very far. What do you all think?
I think it'll like go medium far, like in the middle. Like
Okay.
it'll start off good and then just kind of plummet.
Summer Nevaeh, what do you all think?
I don't think it'll go there.
Okay. So anytime, this is kind of an experiment, even though it's kind of sports, but anytime you run any kind of experiment, you need a control, which is the thing that you don't change. It's the thing you're testing against. So our control is actually going to be our normal birdie. So I'm going to go off screen really quick and I'm going to serve this birdie and get it to go as far as I can. And then I'm going to come back and show you all how far it went. And then we're going to serve the makeshift birdie, the one that we just made. So that went into the fire. Okay. So that probably sounds weird if you don't know what I'm talking about, but our birdie flew, and I'm not gonna fish it out of the tire, but our birdie went all the way over here, somewhere in here. I can't see it, but I saw it land. So it's somewhere in this tire, and that's from that bench right there. So now I'm gonna hit our makeshift birdie in the exact same way that I hit our other one. Dang, okay.
I heard it land.
All right, so our makeshift birdie actually flew. It went flying. It ended up all the way over here. And I didn't really hit it much harder. So everybody had an incorrect hypothesis. This birdie actually goes pretty far. Why do you think maybe it went so far, even though we thought it wouldn't? And now I have to go fish the other birdie out of the tire, but I'm going to say I think it went farther, probably because the weighted tip provided it with a little more force, or because it doesn't have a tail that's flared out like this, which means there's less wind resistance against it. So the closer everything is together on an object when it's moving through the air, the less the wind's going to push back against it. That's what I think happened with this birdie. I really want to try to see if you all can see it fly. So I'm going to try to set that up. I don't really know how well that's going to go. Okay, maybe? No, not at all. Okay, cool. Can you all see me? Yes? I can't see you, so you're gonna have to
We
give me a
we can see you, Miss Maddie.
Okay, great. So I'm gonna hit this again, and I want you to pay really close attention to how high up it goes, and just how far it goes too. That is probably not very good for that racket, but. All right, so we saw that birdie fly. Do you think that that birdie would be very good if you were actually playing badminton?
No.
Why not? Here, I'll hit this birdie so you can see how this birdie flies. Well, if I can hit it. In my defense, that's the only time I've missed a serve this whole time. So, well, clearly you can't do that indoors or under an awning. But what was different about that birdie? What'd you see it do?
I know what I saw. What did you guys see? Owensboro-Daviess. Sodding. Don't get all shy on me now. Come on. Were you guys not paying attention? Oh, I see it. I see Nevaeh's guilty smile.
It's all right.
I saw the professionally made birdie go really high, and then the corn one, the homemade one that we did, kind of was like even, like it flew evenly.
Right. And I don't remember if it was Summer and Nevaeh that said it. No, it was one of you two that said it wouldn't be good for badminton. And that's exactly why. In badminton, you have a big old net right in front of you. And you can't just it and have it go straight across, or that would be your point. You would miss a point. You have to be able to hit it up. So if you're going to make these makeshift birdies, either put less corn in it or just use it for hitting practice to get your serve down rather than using your real birdie. Okay, so that was our little birdie activity. I know you all said you're going to make these later, so if you make them later, let me know how it went. I definitely want to know if you put less corn in it, does it go farther? And let me know if you like playing badminton, because if you guys like playing badminton, then I will do more stuff with badminton for you all. You guys have any questions?
Any questions, guys? No? Pretty straightforward. I thought it was super cool, Miss Maddie. I love badminton. I played it when I was younger, and I definitely want to play it more.
Okay, I've got a net, so you should come play with me.
Miss
Right.
Bobby here. I think we should have a badminton tournament. Just my opinion.
I think so too. I think all the staff will have a badminton tournament.
I think that would be great. That would be a lot of fun.
That'd be a fun time.
All right, girls. Well, I will make sure to get those instructions out so that you guys will have them and so that you guys will know the materials. If you want to do it, but you need the materials, let us know because we can get those to you so you can participate and kind of get to do it too. But yeah, it was really good seeing you all.
It was good to see you girls. Thank you for coming and joining.
Amazing Zoom call, Miss Maddie.
Thank you.
Love
All
it.
right, girls.
Bye, girls.
Bye, guys.